free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
So for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Banchero. On the floor for Orlando. Pass to McCain. The shot, no good. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Contagious Caldwell Pope is out there with clutch. And it's Bitadze in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's is out there for Orlando. Here's George following the bucket by Orlando. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And this NBA Cup, Greg, it's patterned after the WNBA Commissioner's Cup, which we all enjoy, and that started back in 2021.
Well, the W had loads of success with the Cup format. The basketball world took notice, and I think that is a major reason why the NBA started their version in 2023.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Banchero outside to the middle. Wagner passes to Clutch. Fires from deep. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's McCain. Great defense that time from Banchero.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Outside, George lets it go from the wing, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in.
And definitely a shot George willing to take. His stroke makes it easy work for him.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Magic.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And, guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes. Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Here's McCain. You saw him with 19 points his last outing.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now, a little bit in his head.
Caldwell Pope passes to Clutch. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Great recognition of the mismatch of using the smaller defender, poor guy.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Hopefully this is a reality check for them teams. Just too good. You will be punished for your mistakes.
The Magic making a switch here. Wagner's checked in, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Edwards is checked in. George finds Edwards. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's McCain. He's got 13. Tipped away. Banchero, right side. The shot from the low post is good. Banchero's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Here's McCain. And the shot is good.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Wagner passes to Clutch. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10. Shots.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Over to the wing. Here's McCain. It's hauled in by the Magic.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
Here are the Magic now. Wagner passes to Wagner. 46 seconds left in the first half. Here's Clutch. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
Really strong rebounding on the interior. He gets the easy putback. And you know, guys, with him being on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes every...
So it's Orlando with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We come back right after this.
Magic Youth Dance Team.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What can you say? Clutch, an impressive effort here today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Abu Saleh out there with Paul George. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's McCain in at the one.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Pass to Embiid. Rebound by the Magic.
I thought he had that all sewn out, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And Caro lays it up and banks it in. And Caro's got 6 points.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
McCain's shot is off.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And he comes up with the deuce. And Caro's got 4 this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's McCain. 17 points in the game. Shot by Grimes. No good.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
There's the pass to Clutch. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
And it's George finishing it off.
And he may be in his 30s, but Paul George still has got a lot of bounce.
Inside. Clutch. Good. Clutch has got 26 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Philadelphia's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's McCain. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. And eventually every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, It is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
To the wing on the left. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. McCain misses the three.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Clutch can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Got a piece of it.
Also, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
And with an update from the sideline. Let's check. Here's Clutch. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Oubre with the steal. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Clutch. Then there's Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the 5, roaming the paint. This is out there for Orlando. Wagner passes to Clutch. Back to Wagner. Richard, who do you think is the most impactful player right now in the NBA?
I stand by this. As long as LeBron James is wearing an NBA uniform, he is first, second, and third. The ratings say that. The money says that. As long as he is playing, he will be the most impactful player in the NBA.
Quentin Grimes is checked in for Philadelphia.
Substitution.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Knocked loose. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Clutch. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. The three. He doesn't hit that one. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Here's Clutch. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Grimes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oubre can't get it to go. Orlando's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Magic.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Clutch.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple in this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking him down.
And they double up Embiid. Grimes passes to Edwards. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Another miss by Philadelphia. And it's the Magic's ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. And that one, good.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Orlando with the ball. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Clutch. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Number 7.
Clutch has got 38 points.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Again, the Magic score.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing, but also
they've had great execution. And what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint.
What's your choice? They're both nice, but which one is your top play of the week? We're looking for posts on social media with the hashtag 2KTVWOW and your gamer tag. What catches our eye? Awesome assists and sensational scoring plays. So send them our way. Thanks, everyone. Hope you're lighting the beam out there in Season 6. See ya.
It's never easy to win on the road in the NBA, and by the look in the eyes of the Orlando Magic players, they've got a job ahead of them. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Clutch. Then it's Paolo Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the center position. And for Phoenix, deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Dunn is out there with Durant, and it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. We're still in the first stages of the season, Doris. How much are these teams relying on analytics right now?
Kev, this is such a fascinating point you bring up, because in the offseason they look at a substantial amount of data, and what the analytics department does, go to the coaching staff. This is what we know can be effective, and there is definitely an adjustment in strategy happening.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Well, you can see this guy is improving as a two-way threat. Devin Booker active on the defensive end and finishes nice.
And he recovers it. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Booker. D right on him. Again, Phoenix.
Well, that's what you call a tough two, because if you're in the lane at D-Book size, you never know what could happen.
You know, you talk about a foundational piece. To start his career, Devin Booker toiled through, what, Doris, a half a decade of losing in Phoenix.
It was all of that, Kevin, but what I admired most is through all of that losing, he never stopped working. And the losing never stopped bothering him. He never got comfortable with it. Now, all of a sudden, other players see his talent, they want to join him, and it's a much more competitive basketball team.
Orlando, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Clutch can't hit. Booker against Caldwell Pope. A nice shot by Petey.
See how quick Kevin Durant is off the floor near the rim. That's tough to stop.
Caldwell Pope, the bounce pass. Here's Clutch. Off target with his 3. The Suns have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. No good from Booker.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Here's Clutch. Hits the three-point bomb. Clutch has got 9.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Booker the pass to Dunn. And Plumlee kicks to Beal. Here's Booker. No good with the layup. Orlando leading by 3. Wagner with it. Here's Clutch. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
3-point field
This is
goal.
as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchup, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
And the Suns here with a different look. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Plumlee. Bol comes in for Kevin Durant. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Dunn. And Allen subbed in for Beal. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Banchero. Anthony Black's checked in for Franz Wagner. And it's Suggs in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. And now we have a moment to recognize the week in the Eastern Conference. Clutch.
They say defense wins championships. Well, it also wins awards, and his defense during this stretch has been nothing short of jaw-dropping. He has been disruptive with his challenges and has accounted for a metric ton of turnovers with his ball hockey. You have to give it up to this man.
Here's Booker. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to lead, no doubt.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Free throw good, Booker. On 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And so in the game for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Clutch out there with Caldwell-Pope, and it's Bitadze in at the 5, roaming the paint. Back to Banchero. Pass to Clutch. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by Dunn.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back. Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Isaac's checked in for Goga Bitadze.
Well, that's 6'11", sending it back. Jonathan Isaac. Woohoo!
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Booker. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Dunn. Suns moving the ball around. Takes it out to Booker. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. Number 1, the Magic.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
The 3. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alden.
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is the human cheat code. Bradley Beal says of his new teammate, he's 7 feet tall, he can shoot the ball, he can do everything. It's a little unfair. I get a bit jealous sometimes. I wish I was 7 feet, but nothing he does really surprises me. When he's in attack mode and locked in, there's nothing you can do. Kevin?
Not a single darn thing. You're so right. David, thanks. Dunn misses. Magic leading by 3. And the pass to Clutch. 1:09 left in the second quarter. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And here's Dunn. No scoring in this one. Unable to get that one. Great defense that time from Banchero. And here we go. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Really most effective when he's in attack mode, and KCP with the athleticism to do it.
Down low, Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Here's Beal. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Clutch. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Yeah, that's exactly how to end the half on a high note. Tacking 3 points onto this lead at the horn, the mood, and
so it's up by a dozen here at the end. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What can you say? Clutch, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Durant is out there with Plumlee, and it's done in at the small forward. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half.
Booker welcomes this offensive responsibility. Very capable of carrying the load.
Clutch can't hit. Suns trail by 12. Dunn looking over the floor. Outside Durant. Using his length inside. Durant.
So unpredictable, so versatile. When KD's working that pick and roll, the defense has a hard time dealing with it.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Magic shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And Phoenix making a change here. Bowles checked in. And a change for the Magic. Suggs is checked in. Zadoris, when you look at the whole package, is Durant a one-of-a-kind player in your opinion?
Well, we certainly have guys with that size, but this is a player who can literally play every single position on the floor. The size, 7 foot. The ball skills, the shooting, the playmaking, the decision-making. I am not sure we will ever see another Durantula, the great one, Kevin Durant.
KD can't get it to go.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Here's Clutch, defended by Booker. Top of the key. Clutch, good. Clutch has got 39.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Anytime Devin Booker is sent to the line, it's a win for his offense. He's pretty much automatic, and it's been that way since he entered the league.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And the first one drops.
Substitution on the court.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. So on the floor for Orlando. Both on the floor at the 3 and 5. It's the Wagner brothers, Franz and Mo. Jalen Suggs is out there with clutch. And it's Banchero in at the 4. Here's Clutch. Off target from three-point range. Suns leading by 6. To the paint. Devin Booker soaring in.
We've come to expect this from Devin Booker. This guy is a relentless force on the offensive end.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for that game against the Warriors, even though they should get the win, I would expect it to be a bit of a battle. Just because they are favored doesn't mean it's an automatic W.
Now Devin Booker ready on the opportunity to take any three he gets. That is pretty.
Here's Clutch. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Three-point field goal.
Clutch has got 42 in the game. To the inside, Allen. And Allen with the slam.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Nice job capturing the moment. Good. Another from 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. From deep. Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. Orlando making some changes. Goga Bitadze is checked in for Wagner. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Jalen Suggs. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Clutch.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Oh, they get it back.
Suns foul.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Phoenix?
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And also, guys, the tenacity they've shown on the defensive end has been something else. Look at how many blocks they've tallied thus far.
And Phoenix making a change here. Dunn's checked in. To the paint. Here we go. One-on-one. Count it. 6 points for Paolo Banchero.
You love that a guy so young like Paolo Banchero is ready in the big moment to step up and deliver.
Yep, right through the net. And the Suns lead by 3.
Does it seem to you guys that this guy, nothing faces him? Booker treats every moment like every other moment. No matter how big, no matter how small.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Booker with a deep 3. No good from outside. Orlando's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's Clutch. Good. That's another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the 8.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Booker fires from way outside. Off target from outside.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for Orlando. led by as many as 14 points.
And in the moment of truth, KCP calling for the ball and delivering a powerful blow.
Timeout call, the Suns. They're trailing by 5. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Clutch.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He told them to pick up the pace. He said, if we're going to win, we have to seize this moment and act fast. He said, go all out or go home. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
2 shots.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Well, just knocking them down from the charity stripe, extending the lead. Simple basketball.
They can't stop the run with that one. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Clutch. And the 3 off target.
Disappointing day for him. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work.
At the line for Phoenix, Nick Richards. 1 shot.
That's good from Richards. Here's Clutch. And Jones pulls it down. Shoots over Wagner. Off the mark. So the Magic win it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, when weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Shot!